Yo YouTube! Today, it is not Wednesday, but this is a video for Wednesday, the 22nd of November, which was yesterday. I haven't got my mic working still, so I'm just going to try and talk a little bit louder and try to remember to talk clearly. It is a problem of mine, I am aware. So I had a job booked in from Tuesday for Wednesday morning, going from, not Wednesday morning, for Wednesday afternoon, a 12:30 pickup from Sleaford going to Chesterfield. It was 56 miles loaded, and for a long wheelbase van, it was I bid £75. And it's with a shipper that is local to me. I realised when I've done one job for them before, and they're local to me. I thought, oh, I better try and do a good job for them, because then they might have more jobs for me. So I did mention when I got the job that I was local to them, and I would be happy to do other jobs for them in the future. So I had, obviously on Tuesday, this booked in for the following day, and my plan was to probably do something locally before that job, to kind of get something in before I then got myself to Chesterfield. And I felt reasonably confident that Chesterfield would be a good place to get work from. On Wednesday, I did wake up a bit later than usual, and got sorted out, but there wasn't an awful lot on the CX, and I was expecting to see like a local job, perhaps Peterborough to Peterborough, and there was one of those, and I didn't get it. And by the time, I actually did get a call. I had a call from a shipper asking me to do a Peterborough to Norfolk job, and I just couldn't do it because I wouldn't get back in time for my pickup. It's always the way, isn't it? You get jobs offered to you when you can't do them. And I hate letting people down. I want to be someone that is available when someone needs me, but I had a job booked in, so there's nothing to do. So, in the end, I had no job booked in before this first one. No job done. So I left the house about half past 11, and got to the pickup point just on time, about a minute before 12:30. I picked up my load and made my way towards Chesterfield. I ended up finishing and looking for a CX job at 2:50. So it's Chesterfield at 2:50, and there I was looking at Sheffield jobs, and quite a lot of jobs came out of Nottingham from there, and I've actually a few from Chesterfield as well. And I was bidding my usual kind of pound a mile, and I found myself in a bit of a tough situation. And I'll try and explain what I mean by that. There were plenty of jobs, but I was kind of half an hour, 45 minutes, even an hour away from most of them. And so I found, and there was lots of them were small van jobs. So I felt that I couldn't really go proper small van price, sort of 85p a mile, 90p a mile, and travel for half an hour to get to it. It just felt like it was too little amount of money. And a big job came up actually. It was going from Nottingham to Lossiemouth, and I put £400 on that bid for something like 318 miles. I think it was I can't remember, it might have been a long wheelbase job, can't remember to be honest. Anyway, it required ID, so it was going obviously to a military base. and I got a call for it about about 4 o'clock. I got a call. So this was an hour and 10 minutes after I'd been looking for jobs. So I put this bid on about half an hour beforehand. It was still there, and then had a call about half an hour after the bid on, saying that could I still do the job. And I said that I could, and that I asked them, as I usually do now, what's the actual postcode of the pickup, and it was an hour and 10 minutes from where I was, and they wanted me to pick it up before 5 o'clock, which was not going to happen. But I was only going to be about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour later than that. Well, she said she'd call me back, and I waited, and I bid on other jobs, and I waited, and obviously I didn't get a call back, and that job got sold later on. So that's disappointing. So I was now really getting frustrated and stuck, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, because I had one job. I had to remember that it was kind of a half a day, because I didn't start till 12:30, but it felt like I'd done nothing that day. I had one job, and I was kind of stuck in Chesterfield, and it was and this time it was sort of there was jobs in Chesterfield that I was bidding on. Oh yes, so I was going to say about bids. So I was kind of stuck because I didn't want to go too low, because I just wouldn't have made it worth me doing the job, and the prices I was bidding was just too high to get the jobs. So I had to make a decision on what I was going to do, and I basically decided after 2 hours of this I was going to give up and go home and just call it quits, go home, and just get a job for the following day. There were jobs coming up for the following day from my home area. But if I get a good job, there's a job that I've done before, which could have been £120 on for a long West job, and I thought I can't do it because I might get a job from where I am. And so I was thinking, what should I do? I decided that I'd go home, and I started going home, and I was sort of going from one lay-by to the next, sort of parking up, bidding on jobs, giving up, going on to the next lay-by, heading towards the M6 from Chesterfield, and at 4:25 I got offered a job, and I literally decided to give up. I was driving home, and then 2 minutes later I got a phone call from one of the bids that I put on. It was an hour away. It was going from Derby to Crewe, and I said to him, "You know, I'm an hour away from there." He said, "That's fine. You can be there for 5:30." So I got that job, and I arrived at the pickup place at 5:15. I had to wait for a while. The job that I got was a long wheelbase job. It was for something like 56 miles, can't remember exactly, going from Derby to Crewe, and I bid £75. And it's another example of where having a long wheelbase job saved my day. I was literally on the way home when I got this job. If I hadn't had a long wheelbase van, I wouldn't have obviously got it. So it's a job that I've done before, and I remember doing it before because it was a situation where I had a real hassle. It was picking up from a massive distribution centre, going to another massive distribution centre, and they have all these rules, and it's like lots of bays, and you've got to go to an office to sign in, and like a dispatch office. And the first time you go there, you're not quite sure what the situation is, where the entrance is and stuff. But this time, I vaguely remembered where the entrance was. It's around the back of the building, because obviously it's dark now. So I got there and I thought, well, I can see the building, but I'm not quite sure I go in here or go in somewhere else. And as I carried on, I thought, oh, I recognise this now. So it's around the back. So that was good, having done it for the second time. I got in through security. The security person just said to go to bay number 60 or whatever it was. So I eventually found bay 60 and then got to the dispatch office. Had to wait for 15 minutes before they were ready. Then went round the other side of the building, got loaded up. It's one of those places where they give you a plastic sticker and you have to sort of seal your van. Now the first time I did this, the person loading me was a real stroppy person and he did it all and he wanted me to do nothing. But this time, the person doing it was really friendly. There was a couple of them there. I helped sort of stack the stuff when I put it in the van. I put the stickers on, I didn't even bother checking. It was a very different experience. They were really nice, and so it's not the job that is you have to be stern. It's the people that make it difficult or not. So that was a better experience. And then when I got to the other end, I went to the security gate, and I wasn't quite sure the procedure again. I wasn't sure where I was going, and I went in. And the first time I went there, I remember the security guard was again quite awkward and not very helpful, and so I remember the first time I did this job, it was really bad. But this time the security guard was really friendly. He even walked out with me and pointed to where I was meant to go, because the actual ramp is kind of hidden. You can easily miss it when you go past the building. So I remember when he pointed out, I thought, oh yeah, I remember that now from last time. But it was really kind of him to go out and show me where to go. So I got in the back of the van, went round, just waited there for about 15 minutes before the guy came to offload me. He wasn't bothered about checking my stickers. We opened the doors, got the stuff off, I helped him with that, and then I was done. I was done by about 7:30. And I was in Crewe. Excuse me. So I was looking for work and I thought I'd stay up and I'd try and get maybe a late night job going, maybe from Warrington or somewhere nearby. There's sort of, I thought I might get something from Crewe or the area or Stoke, maybe Stafford. But there was a couple of jobs I've got a bit on, but I was too high, obviously. There was a great job from Warrington to Southampton, which is one I'd seen on the Monday night. No, not Southampton. There's a job from Warrington, WA5 I think it was, which was the same postcode as I saw on Monday night, but I was about 45 minutes away today, so my bids were too expensive for them. So I did try and get work and ended up not getting anything. And I wondered, where should I go? Where's a good place to head to tramp? I needed some fuel, so I headed down to Stoke and I went to Newcastle under Lyme, is it? Yeah, I went to Newcastle and I found I got my fuel from there, and then I just found a residential street which wasn't next to a house to park up for the night, and that's where I parked last night. And I was hoping to find some decent work early this morning. I'll say about that when I do today's video. So the stats then for yesterday are as follows. Again, I would have to say it was a grind, it was frustrating, it wasn't successful in terms of money, but one long wheelbase job saved my day from being a disaster. It's the same pattern as the day before. So I worked yesterday for 8.5 hours. I drove for 197 miles, 197. I earned £150, 150. That was the two £75 jobs. My fuel, as I 15.34 pence per mile this week, and therefore I spent £30 and 22 pence on fuel. So yesterday my earnings after fuel was £120, 120. So again, not good, as I said. Right, that was yesterday. I'll let you know about today when I do today's video. Oh, no, sorry, I'll tell you about that tomorrow. No, tonight. Today is a special day for me. I'll tell you about that when I do today's video. So, I hope you're successful, no matter how you define that term. I hope you're earning money. It is tough on the CX at the moment. I think everyone's finding that. So, oh yes, I was going to say, yeah, I think I know why I'm finding it tough now on the CX. I was trying to think last night, why am I not making my targets when I was making it quite easily before? And the thing that's changed is that I'm no longer doing that regular work for my shipper. That's dried up now, and that was a good paying job. It became a once a week job after the first few weeks being, most of the week. But that one job, I was getting sort of usually about £250, and that being taken out of my week, I think is the reason why I'm struggling now to make my target. I think it's also because the CX is quite quiet, but I'm going to keep on persevering and just try my best to try and make the target while with this side of Christmas. So thank you, and I'll speak to you later on today.